6. Okay, let's just put 5%. Let's just put 5%. All right, so you got an annual amount of 60,000. Then when you divide 60,000 by 0.05, 60,000, excuse me, whatever your annual amount is, divide that by 0.05. Whatever your annual amount is, divided by 0.05.
Yeah.
Now here's the funny part when we do this. You start looking at the number and you start saying, wait a minute, let me redo that. Make sure. Is that right?
I better get to work.
Okay, all right. Somebody give me a number.
2.4 million.
Okay, 120,000, right? 10,000 per month, right? 2.4 million. Who else? 3.6 million. All right. Anyone else?
Does that go in number 8?
Huh?
Does that number go in number 8, or is that still part of number 7?
That's it.
Okay.
That's number 7. 7 is about the calculating. Another number.
That's it.
Another number?
1.2.
1.2 million. Okay. Was that 60,000 a year? Okay. Now, let me ask, this is where I need you guys to participate. Young lady, what's your name?
Julia.
Julia. Hi.
Hi.
Julia, where you from?
Jacksonville.
Okay. Julia, what was your number?
The
Total.
last number?
Yeah.
2.4 million.
Okay. How do you feel about that number?
I'm pretty good now that I'm having to stop with you. Like I'm gonna have a plan.
Okay.
It doesn't intimidate me. I mean, but I didn't set my retirement age for quite a while. So
One more time, what's that?
I didn't set my retirement age till quite a while. I plan to work for quite a while.
Okay. Okay. Someone else. What's your name?
Lynn. Lynn?
Lynn?
Yes.
Lynn, where are you from?
Brunswick, Georgia.
Brunswick. Okay. Okay. I'm from Georgia, by the way. I'm originally from near Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
I saw Chatham plate. Hi. What's your name?
Tina.
Tina. I remember Tina. Hi. Where you live?
Fuller.
Fuller. I'm from Effingham. That's my hometown. So, Lynn,
Yes.
what was your number?
3,600,000. Oh, that was good.
Okay. All right. All right. How does that make you feel?
I'm glad I'm in Mary Kay, is what that made me feel like.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. Good. Why?
I just feel like the potential is, that's the only, you gotta sell something to have that kind of money in there. Today, I feel like.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Someone else. What's your name?
Alma.
Alma? Hi, Alma. Nate.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Alma, what's your number?
1.2.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I should have gone up.
Okay.
I feel like I should have been higher.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you, ladies, what's the significance of asking, how do you feel about that?
Because women are afraid of money, it's very emotional.
Okay. What else?
So you can think about where you are, or where you want to be.
Okay.
Makes you think
I don't think
about it.
I've thought about it before until you've confronted.
Right. What's your name?
Anna Vasquez,
Anna? Where you from?
Orlando.
Okay. You remember what I said? My background has nothing to do with you. Remember I said that? If you think about this whole interview process that you guys do, think about what place it comes from. Not what you say. Not when you say, oh, I'm caring about the person. Not what you say. There's a term called cognitive dissonance in sociology, which is a disconnect between what you say and what you do. What I'm highlighting is that unless you said people don't know how much, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You're not demonstrating how much you care when all you're doing is talking to someone about what it is that you do. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You got to ask a question that actually allows a person to tell you what their state is to determine whether or not they're open and receptive to that which you want to offer. Otherwise, you're trying to convince 97% of the population to do something that they don't want to do. 97% of the population do not want to sell anything. They don't want to be entrepreneurial. So if you don't know that, if you're not aware of that, then what happens is you're doing something that is counter to what the natural state is. And no matter what it is that you're doing and saying, you're getting frustrated because you're getting the answer isn't what you want to have. And all I want to do is just give you a little shift. Because see, at this state right here, what I'm able to do to you is to say, and what's your name?
Deborah.
Deborah?
Yes, sir.
Deborah, what was your number?
1,900,000.
Okay. Deborah, how do you feel about that?
I love it.
Okay. So you're on track for that.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay. Deborah, why do you love it?
I could live on that. I know I could live on that.
On the 1.9? Okay. So how are we going to, what's the plan that you have currently to get to 1.9?
I don't have a plan.
Okay. Okay.
I'm being honest.
That's right, Deborah, and I appreciate that. See, that's the only way you can grow. When someone's talking about getting a coach, see, the coach is all about you, but the coach can only do and help you based upon what it is you're willing to reveal. The doctor can only help you when you reveal where the pain is. If you're too proud to tell what the pain is, then you're not going to grow. So Deborah, let me ask you, based upon that number and not having a plan, would you be willing to invest less than $1,000 in order to at least have a plan to meet your cash flow need versus having no plan at all and having no shot at all to reach your goal?
Is this $1,000 a month or $1,000?
One time.
One time.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Okay.
Getting my husband on board would be a totally different issue.
No problem, Deborah, because we're only talking about you.
I
Let
got
me
you.
know your husband may pass away some point in time.
Yes.
Or you may actually have.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
You know.
35 years. I'm kidding. I love you. 35 years. We're good.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
But life circumstances, and so many women, that's what happens. The woman always says, well, my husband, you've got to make a decision.
Right.
You've got to make a decision. And I want to help to educate, equip, and empower you to make an informed decision so that in turn you can bring it to anyone with the right type of mindset. You got to work from here, not from here, when making decisions. The head controls the leadership piece. I don't know how many of you are people of faith, but the bottom line is when we talk about it from the word standpoint, you're talking about the whole armor of God. And the head has to be covered, right? And anointed and all that falls. This is your leadership piece. This is about leadership right here. That's why chapter 1 of my book is Leadership is the Answer. Everything moves from there. And you women have the power to control and to change everything that's going on in the world. You have the power. The reason that you have the power is because, number one, you breathe life, or you good ones do, breathe life into men. That then allow them to go out and kill everything and do whatever they do.
Slave dragons.
Slave dragons, that's right. I just have flashbacks sometimes, don't I? But then more importantly, you're the ones that teach the children. You're the ones that have the babes. You're the ones that teach. So that means you have the power to push all the information down. That's why I want to make sure that you guys get it the right way. It's about breathing life and speaking life into you. So now, Deborah, here's from a thinking standpoint. Now, what she asked me was, is it $1,000 a month or one time? My question to you all, and I want you to think about it, to have what would the value of and what would it be worth to you to have a shot at getting to what you need or what you desire versus having no shot at all doing what you're doing? Would it be worth $12,000? That's $1,000 a month. Would it be worth that? I mean, you really got to think about that because, see, it's going to impact how you go about doing what you do in your business. Because you're not speaking in terms of value. You're still talking about expense. You're thinking that something is expensive. How expensive what is your freedom worth? If I said it was going to cost you $100,000 one time to have the opportunity to earn $1 million, would you pay it? Would you take it? Is that good numbers? See, what I like to say, I like to make good money off of bad numbers. You understand? It's always about value. You got events and stuff, you want to try to get people to it, and you tell them all to feel good, and you're going to have amazing all this other stuff, and you're just repeating information that someone has told you, but you've never tied it anything that's of a value. You're saying it, but you have never been taught how to draw value to it. The value of an event. I just told you that that the week I graduated from West Point in 1996, I got introduced to the world of person. That's equivalent to your seminars.
Right.
Okay? And through that experience, it exposed me to a whole different world that laid the foundation for everything else I've done in my life. That allowed me to go forth to make my first million by 32, but more importantly, to make it over and over and over again in my own state, but then be able to pass that on to generations. You understand? What's the economic value of that?
Priceless.
Well, that's essentially what you have the potential of being able to pass on to people in regards to your Mary Kay opportunity. Potentially. See, I don't share this in a way for you to misuse it. I'm not telling you this to use it as a silver bullet to try to get people in. That's not it. That's my disdain for the network marketing, direct sales, and all the opportunity out there. But I'm an advocate because I'm able to discern and say, okay, here's what's good, but here's what's not so good. And I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't just make it, oh, that stuff is not good. So I'm, again, uniquely qualified because most people like me don't sign off on stuff, right? So all I want to do is, with those 7 questions in 7 minutes, is have given you a place so that now you can have an anchored belief in what you're doing so that you can continue to do it, but to do it with a different vigor. To treat it like a profession. To say, if I stick with this and I do this the right way, if I treat this and I schedule myself, which is where the coaching piece comes in now, which what I'm doing, say, hey, let's get back into treating it like it's a business. Let's treat it like it's a job. So that in turn, you're working towards that number. But what you guys have going on is you got a plan at the end, right? That you can shoot for when you get to national. Isn't that true? You see? But see, as you're making that cash flow, you still want to be wise with planting those seeds because that's what I consider it to be. That's seed that you can then plant. And for you all that are married, you come at it with your spouse in that manner, and now you're contributing as a hedge against the market. Now you've got a dual plan. He can work full-time on the job while you work full-time on the fortune. That's teamwork. Men respond to that. Okay? So, I think that's about it for that. I don't know what kind of clock on because I'll start talking. So, I will say I'm open to your questions. I encourage you. The book, you should look through it, see what it's about. That's a book that's meant to be a guide for you. Where you can sit down, if you got a CPA, if you got a financial advisor, if you got an attorney, you can use that to prep yourself to make sure that they're doing right by you. That's the whole intent, is to give you something to equip you so that you're not sitting down and saying you're working with someone and have no clue what they're telling you, thinking that they're experts, not realizing that they're salespeople. That's their job. All of you giving your little piece that may never get you to the number that you need is good for the firm because it's assets under management. That's what's being done. That's the business. Okay? My information that you can have it if you'd like to connect with me. Nate Scott, my phone number is 904-838-2623. 904-838-2623. My website is asknatescott.com. Asknatescott.com, as well as lifeisrichtoday.com. I'm planning an event for December 12th here in Jacksonville, which I'll be sure to forward that information out for you. Connect with me on Facebook. If you're interested in learning more and looking into ways that I may be able to help you, gladly do a quick call. We can talk to you about your specific situation. If you're business owners and things like that, it may not cover the gamut in that regard. But at the end of the day, I ask of you is to help me to get this Life is Rich out to 1 million homes. Help me to get it out there because people need this information. And it didn't really hit me how valuable